Hey everybody, you're back with Joey Ciccone, World Center of Broadcast Media. My show is called Connected. I bring guys in, friends of ours, friends of mine, guys that are connected in special ways. This right now is the real deal. You got Tony Nap on the phone. I want to just touch on a few things, all right? Carmela, excited for the show. Thank you, sweetie. Jill, Tony Nap, you're finding out who Tony Nap is. Sissy, ask Tony if the mob is still in Vegas controlling casinos. Tony, you can answer that one.
It is a very low volume one, a low level, not in a high bracket like it used to be. It's very low.
Gabish, beautiful. Sissy, that's for you. Vinny, Dominic is, I apologize. Tony really gets into the story. That's why I need to have like a lot of shows with him or sit with him and do a lot of background. You remember Tony, Jill? That's good. Okay. Bottom line, Tone, we want to get into. You were sent to Las Vegas through your dad. You did some time. This is from our previous show in August. You did time. What'd you do time for? You can plead the fifth if you like, or you can answer the question.
No, I did time for armed robbery.
Okay, he was armed robbery. You know, stick him up.
My father got me out of jail.
Yeah, stick him up. Give me the money and whatever. Okay, Dad gets you out, and you end up coming where? To my town here, right? Las Vegas.
Right.
And you become a. Go ahead.
When I got out of jail, my father flew me to Las Vegas and made me a boss on the floor at Caesar's Palace.
Right. He came. Let me take over here. He came to Las Vegas. His dad got him out. 1 minute he's in a cell. Next minute he's the boss over at Caesar's. How many markers you need, Mr. Sinatra? Blah blah blah. By the way, speaking of Sinatra, we might as well get right into it. Behind me you see Caesar's back in the '60s, man. That's when it was rolling and everything. So. What was the deal with Frank? You got him shows. You actually booked shows for right? Go ahead.
He was booked at the Sands for about 10 years before he came to Caesars, and he got his teeth knocked out at the Sands Hotel in the summer of 1967 from Carl Cohn, the casino manager. And after that, he was looking for a $50,000 box that he already owed money. But Carl told him that Howard Hughes owns the place at midnight. They couldn't give any more markers out, but Frankie was drinking. So he pushed Carl around, and Carl was with the Cleveland mob, and he wasn't going to take that. And he took him upstairs on the third floor, which we called the tower, and that's where the office, Carl Cohn's office was, and Carl Cohn banged the hell out of him. And I told Frankie's Ben Julie Rizzo, and them, because they knew me from New York, and I said, listen, don't get the serious enough. I'm here to eternity. This is the real thing. Don't interrupt that guy. This is the real thing, but I said, I'll make sure Frankie goes to the dentist, the oral surgeon, and take make sure he's all right.
All right.
We'll bring him up to Caesar's Palace, and he can work at Caesar's Palace, and that's what happened.
Yeah, because he had a work.
He wound up working at Caesar's Palace.
Right, because he had shows going. He had shows that were set, and they couldn't go on. His comedian at the time backed him up very much, which was incredible. Pat Henry, I know very well.
Frankie asked, told Frank, Pat Henry, don't go on the show, we're going to go up to Caesar's Palace.
Right.
And Pat Henry was the nephew of Footy Tierra and Bensonhurst, who was the boss of bosses at one time.
Right.
So,
beautiful.
He wanted to carry a guy like that because he knows that Pat Henry could pull his uncle if he needed help.
Right. Am I right?
Pat Henry was his opening act. He was a comedian.
Yeah, in the meantime, he was probably his bodyguard with his connections. But it went something like this. Let me throw my little acting skills in there. Sinatra was like, let me tell you something. I'm bringing all these people in, all right? They're all coming to see my show. Give me a 50,000 marker. All right, they're coming to see me. Don't worry about him or him. Give me another 50,000.
Yeah.
And it went.
Yeah, but we didn't own the Sanders anymore at Midnight Car. Howard Hughes bought it, and we couldn't give any more chips out. Frankie wouldn't understand that. And that's what happened. So he had confusion there, and he said, I'll go up to Caesar's Palace. And that's how he wound up at Caesar's Palace in 1967.
All right, and you also booked. Who else did you? One question. Listen to it. Who else did you book into the showroom?
I booked in the lounge show David Prugat, and I booked in the lounge show Victor Moon, and in the Circus Maxim, the big theater, at the time held 1,800 people, and there was Tom Basie and Delarice, and there was also Ella Fitzgerald, there was also Harry James, and Frankie, of course, had a lot to do with the entertainers. When I wanted him, he would work along with me, and because he was happy at Caesar's Palace now. And,
Yeah, so he...
there was Jimmy Durante at the time,
Jimmy.
and we're talking about 1967.
I know, man.
Jimmy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, the Rat Pack, everybody was there.
They were all there. It was
everybody,
it was a beautiful time. It was the way it was the way it used to be here in Vegas.
Yeah.
The way it used to be.
And not only that, when they sang the song, you could understand the lyrics. And the lyrics were nice and clean. They weren't dirty.
Right. Fly me to the moon.
Yeah.
Right?
Fly me
Gabrish?
to the moon. Today they go to the moon without a plane, if you know what I mean. They get high.
I know what you mean, baby. I know what you need. My fans are trying.
I always tell these kids, if you're flying high, make sure you go by plane.
Right. Speaking of that, which we're going to get into in our last segment, we're going to talk about how you came from this lifestyle, the life as we call it, on the Connected Show, and did a 180 and moved it into another direction with the vets. I want to talk more about that. I want to touch on anything you want to touch on, okay? We only have so much time, but I want to shout out to some of my fans here again. Jill, I want to just tell you, and I want to tell Vinny, thank God the other Gagoots ain't online today, because I don't need that, all right? So keep him off, number one. Number two, I gave you an email. Bob Perry sent a book, and he signed it. If you want the book, I will tell you one more time. I gave you the email. I'll give it to you again today before I leave. Please send me your information. If you don't want to do that, I love you guys chiming in on the show, but I can't send you the book if I don't have the address. I don't know how else we can do it, okay? All right? I don't need to give my address out, okay? That's a book that Bob Perry sent to my fans. He signed a bunch of books and he gave... did you read it yet, Scott? It's a great book. I've been reading it and everything. So anyway, here, listen. I'm with Tony Knapp, all right? His daddy was Jimmy Knapp, all right? The Genovese family, all right? He was an enforcer. If you look at the bio that I sent you, and this, or not sent you, but the first one and the second one, you'll see what he's about. This man right here, old school, been around, done it, the real deal, connected. On the Joey Ciccone Show. Segment 4 coming up. I'm relaxed. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good Friday. We'll be right back.